Hello again. There are signs that the weather will at least turn a little drier as we go through the weekend and into next week. But for the time being, we still have a lot of wet weather to contend with. And for the next 24 hours, that rain is going to be heavy in places. There are warnings in force, quite blustery out there, especially across northern Britain. Wherever you are, it doesn't feel like June. It is distinctly chilly. Let's deal with those warnings first of all, because there are a number in force. Yellow warnings for rainfall today across much of North Wales into the Midlands, extending into northeast England. A lot of heavy rain overnight and more rain to come here, especially through this evening. Further south, there's the threat of thunderstorms. These will be more hit and miss downpours, but some places getting a real soaking. Again, it could cause some local flooding. And then as the wet weather continues overnight across northeast England and southeast Scotland, the warning remains in force here through much of tomorrow and across parts of northwest England and North Wales. But we also have an amber warning, a real threat of some travel disruption. There'll be fast-flowing rivers and potential floodwater in this zone across parts of southeast Scotland. That amber warning running from midnight until 3 o'clock through Thursday afternoon. So as I say, that's the warning situation. Let's have a look at the weather, because the rain's actually eased off a bit over northern England, North Wales. Still pretty damp and drizzly, but here comes another area of heavier rain. Those brighter colours there across East Anglia and the southeast. Not raining everywhere. Some places seeing a bit of brightness. Western Scotland, temperatures here could get into the high teens. And further south, 16, 17, maybe a little bit higher if we see any sunshine. But generally, these temperatures well below average for June, and particularly on some of those North Sea coasts, 11 or 12. Doesn't feel very clever at all. And the rain's going to pep up again. That's an area of rain moving its way into parts of Lincolnshire, parts of Yorkshire, staying soggy this evening through East Anglia too. This is the snapshot through the rush hour. Something a bit drier again in the southwest and western parts of Scotland. But for many, it's going to be fairly wet and staying that way, and staying windy too across northern Britain overnight. Look at that area of yellow on the rainfall there, that heavier rain. That's why we have that amber warning in force across southeast Scotland, but there'll be heavier bursts too across parts of North Wales, Northern Ireland, turning wet again over the Midlands and southwest England. It's not going to be a particularly cold night, as you might imagine, but if you're out first thing in the morning, it won't be feeling all that warm. Temperatures 10 or 11 degrees with rain and still a brisk wind blowing across much of the north. Through into the morning rush hour, still very soggy across southeast Scotland, parts of northeast England. So again, the roads won't be very pleasant for that morning commute, but many areas seeing a lot of spray and surface water around. Some heavy showers across the southeast before we see that band of wet weather moving in. The rain further north also moving its way towards western Scotland, but generally here still a lot of dry weather to be had, and we may even see a hint of sunshine. But for most places, it is another pretty drab day on Thursday. Should turn a bit drier in the southwest and South Wales later on. And again, those temperatures really disappointing for this time of year. And we continue with outbreaks of rain spiralling around an area of low pressure as we go through Thursday evening. The rain may start to ease off a little bit across the south, but there'll still be some heavy showers around. And of course, the rain really mounting up after what has been a very, very wet week. The area of low pressure responsible for all this rain starts to pivot around across Scotland. It's still nearby as we go to Friday and into the weekend. So low pressure is still the dominant force, which means it's going to be far from dry. But it does mean with that subtle shift of the low pressure, the showers will be more across the west, so eastern areas should be a little bit drier. We should see a bit more sunshine between the showers, and with a bit more sunshine, it will at least be a little bit warmer. And signs of things warming up a bit more as we go into next week. There's an awful lot going on, so please make sure you keep up to date with the very latest. The best way to do that is to follow us on social media.